Time for final number 2. This time it is Junior Rotax. Let's take you through your starting grid. Pole position goes the way of the 273 of Harry Bartle. Jacob Ashcroft joins the fellow Brits alongside for close company on the front row. Boris Maximov and Cameron Nelson round out row 2. Thijs van Wijk and Latvia's Tom Strehler round out row 3. Row 4, Max Sadurski and Vlad Dominchuk from the UK. India's Raymond Bansal and Noah Janssen from Germany in the 248 and the 231 complete the top 10. Lars Lambers, Ollie Wise, Bran van der Weyken, Will Archer, Naomi Garcia, Alexander Van Meeuwen, Mate Kobahidze, Rory Armstrong, Isaac Barker, Jake Menton, Jim Buck and Elliot Surtees round out the grid. So good to hear from Alex Archer, Will Archer's mum. Will starting on the outside of row number 7. Alex, thank you so much for joining us on the live stream all the way through today, and thank you so much for your comments. A big thank you to everybody that has been commenting on the YouTube streams and showing your support this weekend. Very, very much appreciated. And also, please don't forget, if you are watching, check out the description. You'll find our relevant social media links along with our website, which you can find at bnlkartingseries.com. So, as with the previous race for the Junior Rotax division, it will be 11 minutes plus an additional lap of racing. The field starts to close together as the red lights are on the gantry into the tram lines. Revs rise, lights are out, the final's underway. Bartle leads the field as Ashcroft tries to hang it round the outside and finds that Tom Strehler is on the inside line and gets through for P2. Ashcroft still able to hold on to what is third place at the moment. Bartle leads the field into turn number 3 as one of the KR Sport Carts, possibly more than likely Ollie Wise, trying to go around the outside at turn number 3. But Bartle versus Strehler at the front of the field. They come through into turn 6 at Chemin de Fer, into the left at 7, and then through into the chicane that leads them into turns 8 and 9 at Escargot, which is French for snail, for those wondering. As Bartle applying the power coming out of turn number 10. The back end stepped out to the left-hand side, but nicely controlled by the 273. However, well, he's got close company. Tom Strehler looks to the outside. Bartle goes defensive. What's Ashcroft going to do here? Stays behind them. Actually, a good, sensible call there from the 222 from Western Supermare. He's got Cam Nelson not too far behind him. Boris Maximov, Thijs van Wijk, Max Sadurski. Oh, top 8 covered by less than 1.7. Oh, it's game on for the final. And then if you add a few more drivers behind, well, Raymond Bansal has now got past Vlad Dominchuk into what is now 8th position on the road. But the entire 22-strong field after the opening lap, folks, covered by 5.3 seconds. Strehler making the best out of everything in a minute. And just put in the fastest lap of the race on lap 1, 57.296. It's only 15 thousandths behind Bartle. And now you see the Latvian opening the radiator flap on the engine on the right-hand side. Oh, and Will Archer has unfortunately dropped down to 20th. So it has been a little bit of a drama for the 261. But Bartle just calmly getting on with the business at hand, just leading the field behind him. Now latching on to the back of it, along with Max Sadurski, Lars Lambers, and the 256 of Ollie Wise. So just under 8.5 minutes to go. Bartle trying to steal a march on Tom Streller at the minute. So the gap was fractionally expanded, but not by much, by literally about 10 or 15 thousandths of a second on that previous lap between Bartle and Streller. But look at how close Jacob Ashcroft is as well. There's going to be an attempted move. Thijs van Wijk, I think, has just got through. Yes, that's through for P5 on Boris Maximov. Now the chess pieces start making their movements. Oh, bit of a big old indent on the front bumper of Noah Janssen's Kart Republic chassis. He's got the likes of Matej Korbehidze, Naomi Garcia, Rory Armstrong. Oh, mistake there from Ollie Wise. And that means he drops behind Max Swiderski. Fastest lap last time around, Lars Lambers, 55.989. As well, that's the 221 of Jim Back getting through on Rory Armstrong, the 266 from County Down, Northern Ireland. So Rory drops down to, well, it wasn't just Jim Back, but also Alexander Van Meeuwen. Rory drops down to 17th. Hasn't been the best weekend for the young man, who managed to secure his place on Team UK through Minimax last year at this particular championship. Was battling with Lars Lambers all the way through the season and managed to just ahead when drop scores were taken into consideration. He's the outgoing Grand Finals Minimax champion of last year. But of course, sometimes when you make the move up a class, it is character building. There are highs, there are lows, there are peaks and troughs, and that is unfortunately part and parcel of the story for each driver within the world of motorsport. Top three after 5 laps, less than 2/10, and now it's starting to get a bit racy. Ashcroft gets through on Tom Streller for second position through turn 2. Thijs van Wijk nearly had Cameron Nelson back up the inside, but Nelson, oh, he's just lost 2 further places. Cameron Nelson has dropped down to what is going to be 7th position on the road, it looks like. So at the minute, Bartle leads, 2nd is Ashcroft, 3rd is Streller, 4th is Van Wijk, then Maximov, then Lambers, then Nelson, then Swiderski, then Wise. So humidity has dropped to 68%. Wind still northern directed towards the north. 20 kph this time, 18 degrees Celsius. So now Bartle and Ashcroft, they are at the head of the train. The entire field, folks, 22 drivers, covered by 8.8 seconds after 6 laps. Drivers making their way through into turn 6 at Chemin de Fer, and Ashcroft going a little bit later on the brakes in comparison with Bartle. Van Wijk looking to try and see if he can get through on Tom Streller. That's for the final step on the rostrum. So the trophies will be awarded to the top 3 in the class once all the results have been confirmed and ratified after technical and sporting matters post-session. But Bartle looks over the right shoulder, so does Ashcroft. Now they start to squabble. Ashcroft looking for the move, and he's going to try the inside line at turn 2, but quickly gets cut off by Bartle, and there's a touch between him and Streller through turn 2. Now this brings Van Wijk into the battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th as the leader, Bartle, now has a comfortable lead. Streller dives up the inside through turn 6, and Ashcroft loses 2 on the bounce. Thijs van Wijk now gets through for 3rd. Tom Streller now up back into 2nd place. But could that early exchange between Jacob Ashcroft and Harry Bartle on the start of that lap we're just completing now, lap 7. Well, lap 8, I mean, my apologies there. Bartle's lead is nearly, well, it's 9/10. Sometimes you don't always have to drive hard. You also have to drive hard and fast. But you also have to have a little bit of nous, a little bit of savoir-faire. Grey matter is in the brain. You know, just to look at where to pick your spots. And then if you, with karting, it's not, you can have a strategy, you can have a plan, but then sometimes your back's against the wall, and what you have to do is be reactive to the situation. Okay, if you lose a couple of places, right, I need to pick up the pace. Or, right, we've got 3 minutes to go. Do I attack now, or do I leave it for a couple of minutes and just stick with the person in front? There's always that split-second decision that can determine the outcome. But at what point that moment is, it's difficult to quantify. It's difficult to say. But maybe that exchange between Bartel, followed by the exchange between Ashcroft and Strella, with Strella getting through for second and Van Wyk getting through for third. But I know Jacob Ashcroft's modus operandi, which is, okay, I might be one of the, I might be a rookie in this class, but I'm quick and I know that I can get the work done. Well, Thijs Van Wyk and Tom Strella have just started battling away. Max Sadersky battling away with Lars Lambers. This could be very, very close indeed as they go through into Escargot, and Lambers drifts wide. And not only does Sadersky get through, so does Nelson, so does Wise, and Janssen has got through as well. So that is Lars Lambers dumped all the way down from 6th position to 10th in that exchange. And the entire field still running. No casualties so far. Looking at the sector times for Jacob Ashcroft, last time around was the fastest one out there, 55.754 for the 222. As they make their way down into Chemin de Fer at turn 6 once again. Bartel's lead is slightly being chopped into, but it's not much. It's now 7.5 tenths of a second. As next time around, we'll go on to our penultimate lap. So we're on lap 11 out of what will be 13 completed laps by the checkered flag. So 2 to go. Van Wyk, new fastest lap. And what's more, well, the 3 behind Harry Bartel were quicker than the race leader. And Van Wyk wants to have an opportunity to go for a race win. So does Strella, so does Ashcroft, so does now Boris Maximov, who ends up becoming the last driver in the quintet at the front end of the field, leading the small train behind, Max Sadersky, Cameron Nelson, and then we've got Noah Janssen with Ollie Wise in there. I think, well, Mate Kobahidze, you have definitely seeked your truth, my good Georgian friend, and has moved up 7 places, now is in the top 10. Time has expired. 2 laps to go, including this one. Next time around, Harry Bartel will see the sign he's been waiting for here in the final. Last lap underway here for round 2 for Junior Rotax. Bartel leads by over half a second. And now it's a 4-way scrap for the runner-up step on the rostrum. Van Wyk, P2. Strella, P3. P4 is Ashcroft. In 5th place, Maximov. Bartel, since getting his first win under his belt back at Heat 2 on Saturday, really has been a very, very good, strong showing from the 273, who will leave this round of the championship pretty much at the top of it, because through the final corner, Van Wyk is going to get close, but it's not going to be enough. 4 wins out of 5, and with it, the final. Bartel wins in Belgium by 2.5 tenths of a second. Thijs Van Wyk and Tom Strella for the Netherlands and Latvia round out the top 3 in the final. But Harry Bartel did everything right. Didn't put a foot wrong. Defended when he needed to. Most notably, the overtake attempt from Jacob Ashcroft a few laps ago. But Bartel, that's 4 wins out of 5 races this weekend. And with it comes the top step of the podium later on this afternoon. Bartel, brilliant in Belgium, here at Mariembourg, wins the race. Ahead of Thijs van Wijk, who takes second, and also fastest lap of the final in the process. Tom Strehler will have a bit of motivation going into Rotax Max Challenge Nordic this coming weekend in Šiauliai, Lithuania. He's going to take home some silverware back to Riga. Jacob Ashcroft, Boris Maximov, Max Swiderski, Cameron Nelson, Noah Janssen, Ollie Wise, and Georgios Matikoberhidze round out the top 10. Lars Lambers, Raymond Bansal, Bran van der Weken, Rory Armstrong, Vlad Tomenchuk, Alexander Van Meeuwen, Isaac Barker, Jim Back, Will Archer, Naomi Garcia, Jake Menton, and Elliot Surtees all finished the race. But Bartel wins here at Mariembourg, 4 wins out of 5. Let's see what happens after the mid-season break in what looks to be a great junior title fight.